Welcome to entry-level supercar ownership, where the price of admission is super low, but the price of ownership is still really high. Hey, my name is Andy, and today I want to talk about beginner supercars. That's right, first level supercars, the ones you buy when you just get into exotic cars. Anyway, today that's what we're talking about. Let's go. So to kick things off, we should probably define, well, what is an entry-level supercar? Well, put simply, it's a depreciated used supercar that you can afford, kind of. You probably have it over leveraged. It's usually a V8 Ferrari, a V10 Lamborghini, things like that. They are probably the best and worst cars you will ever own, and here's why. They are the best cars because they have done more Ks on average. They've been enjoyed thoroughly on average, and you will enjoy it so much more because it is the first step into luxury supercar ownership. Yes. Now, for the same reason, it's also the worst car you'll ever own, and that's because it has been enjoyed. By that I mean it's been flogged. The car has been absolutely abused and it will break down all the time. That is kind of another characteristic of these supercars. Let's say you buy yourself a V12 Lamborghini. Now, most of the time that car is in a garage or it's driven to a car show or it's taken out occasionally and enjoyed. Very rarely is that car absolutely flogged, unless you're daily driven exotics. They're kind of an exception. All they do is flog supercars.
We have the tire slayer, we have the clutch slayer, which is not really the clutch slayer, it's the axle slayer. This is the clutch slayer over here.
And I love those guys, so if you want to check them out, I put a link in the description below. Why am I wearing sunglasses? Well, as you can see by that view over there, it's quite sunny out. Now, to continue where I was saying, entry-level supercars are the best thing. Now, I am yet to experience them, and I cannot wait for the day that I go in and pick up a McLaren, Ferrari, whatever it is. I can tell you right now, that car is going to be abused by previous owners, but then by me. Especially because most of those cars were driven by people who don't know how to drive them, don't know how to park them, don't know how to care for them, usually can't afford the maintenance on them. They buy the car and then can't afford to keep it, but that is exactly why it is the best car you'll ever own. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to it and it doesn't matter. You can rash up the rims. It's gonna suck, but it's gonna suck less than if you did it on a V12 Aventador or a 812 Superfast or something like that. These cars are just designed to be enjoyed, where a lot of other supercars in the $500,000 to $1 million bracket are just showpieces, which is a shame because I wish those cars got out as much. But truthfully, it's all about the cars that are a little bit cheaper. Those little, like those bruised apples you just don't care about as much. Those are truly going to be the greatest cars. Now, as exciting as it might be to own these entry-level supercars, I know what's not exciting is the insurance. Now, I know from experience from owning a 2003 BMW 530i, that insurance is expensive. The insurance on it was $2,000 a month. So, no, imagine that. No, the insurance on that car was $200 a month. A month. See, the thing is, it had a sticker price of 150 grand when it was new. And insurance companies know that cars like that still cost quite a bit to repair, regardless of how much they sell for used. Now, the thing is with entry-level supercars, it's more or less the same. They know how those cars are driven, they know that they're flogged, and they're still not cheap to repair, even though, again, the car might have been cheaper to buy. Now, the funny thing is, buying an entry-level supercar like that means you've got the insurance that goes with it. And my guess is the insurance on those cars is probably around $1,500 a month. Not to mention the fuel. Fueling up one of those things, especially with the way that, you know, people like us tend to drive those things, the fuel on that easily gotta be what? $200 a week if you're driving that thing regularly. So welcome to entry-level supercar ownership, where the price of admission is super low, but the price of ownership is still really high. Now, if you were to ask me what my favorite entry-level supercar is, I used to say it was the Audi R8. However, recently, I don't know, my ideology's kind of changed on it. It used to be, you know, from a young age, Audi R8, that was the car. As soon as you got that car, you were in the supercar game. And that still holds true, but to me, a true entry-level supercar is something like a Lamborghini Gallardo, Ferrari F430, things of that nature. So what's my favorite entry-level supercar? I'm kind of a fan of the 12C, the McLaren 12C Spiders. They're coming down in value and they're really cool with the doors, and yeah, I'm a sucker for those gull-wing big doors. They're sick. And I mean, if you could buy a Lamborghini Gallardo, a Ferrari 458s, those are going up in value, but if you could buy a Lamborghini Gallardo, a Ferrari 430, or a McLaren 12C, what would you pick? And I know the 12C is more around the 458 generation, but the 458s are really, really expensive still, and the 12Cs are a lot cheaper. The only thing McLaren suck at interiors. They're boring, man. You get in a Lamborghini, Ferrari, you got beautiful leather. You get into McLaren, you got Alcantara, which sure is nice, but it just looks gray, man. It looks boring. So yeah, no to that, but yes, because it's cool. I don't know, it's tricky. What would you pick? Let me know in the comments below. Would you go Ferrari 430, Lamborghini Gallardo, or McLaren 12C? And let me know if you enjoy this new style of video. Anyway, that's all the time I have today. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Wonder if you can see you guys in the sunnies. You probably can, eh?